Jonny. Today is Friday, March 16th.
Today on JJN, we look back at a quad accident taking place in Pismo Dunes.
And we also bring you a tragic moment between a son and an officer.
All this and more on today's JJN.
Tyler Creasy, a Gregorius student, visits Pismo and explains family favorite places to go and tells a story of while he was there.
Pismo is located on California's one of California's famous beaches between San Francisco and Los Angeles area along the Pacific coast. It went good, like I told you in the last story. I cut my lip, but anyways, my one of my favorite times there was with my dad when I went along the dunes with him quadding, and he has a white quad and I have a red quad, so it was the color was actually pretty cool when they looked together. But and one time I flipped my quad and landed on my back, and then my dad had to push me out. So what my family does we go to the Dinosaur Case Park, which is I don't know when the last time we went to Pismo was, but this is for younger people. You can see dinosaurs, and there's a cave. It's not a big cave, but it's a small cave, hand built. And then we go to the pier, and there's rides there sometimes if they're open at the right time of the year. And we always have a dog with us. Pretty much we have a Great Dane, which is a big dog. So we go to the Margot Dog Park, and there's a bunch of other places to go. You can surf, you can quad, which is what we do. There's a beach, you can see beautiful views. So we go to, obviously, my family. It's me, my mom, my brother, my sister, and my dad. And we normally take a dog, or if we have two dogs, which I don't think we have before. And then we have some friends, close friends from my dad's high school, and they're 4 family members, their grandma. And we normally have one of my friends or my brother's or sister's friends go with us too. Ooh, that's tough to say. But normally I think we'd probably go around, if we don't go somewhere else during New Year's, we'll go then, or spring break, after school, the few days after school, during summer, somewhere along that. Or, yeah, like I said, if we're open, we go there, but normally around New Year's, we go to Dillon Beach after school, 2-3 days after school, or even during school. We go to Pinecrest with the same members. We stay at the Delta around Christmas. We stay at our cabin, go to Pinecrest, which is our cabin's up in Melock, so we always go different places. So my last day, I think it'd be a 8.5.
Okay.
Because my last day was when I got hurt, but all in all, it was a really fun experience. So it was an 8.5 because obviously I got hurt, so that'd take it down to 2.5. Mm-hmm. But no, the 1.5. Sorry. Mm-hmm. But I also had a lot of fun memories. Me and my sister went quadding with my dad. My mom also went quadding. We went surfing, but I'm kind of scared of the ocean because sharks, just scary. So
Robert Stewart, experienced police officer, explains to us a story about how he started his career and how he plans to finish it.
Hi, my name is Robert Stewart. Been in law enforcement quite a long time. I started at age 21 going to the police academy. And by the age of 23, I was working for the Minnesota Police Department as a reserve police officer. And then after about 1.5 years, I went full-time with the police department. I worked a total of 29 years for the Minnesota Police Department, full-time. And then upon retirement, I worked there for 2 years, being an investigator and doing backgrounds. Throughout my career, I've had many different assignments. When I first started, of course, I worked patrol. After going through FTO for about 5 months, I went to patrol on my own, and you just handle a bunch of different types of calls. Some of them scary, some of them mundane, like traffic stops, dealing with petty thefts and lightweight things, and a lot of boredom, a lot of reports, but then moments of sheer terror when somebody tries to attack you. There's a couple calls though that stick out in my mind that I'll never forget. There was a call and I was working in day shift, and there was a little boy that hadn't shown up to school, 6 years old. And the teachers, he'd never missed school before, and he was supposed to be on school Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but he has not shown up. And apparently they have a truancy person go around, knock on the door of the parents. Nobody answers. They left a note. Nobody called him back. And so they were worried. The second time the truancy officer went over and knocked on the door, he could see the child through the window, but the child wouldn't answer the door and no adults would come to the door. So myself and 2 officers went out. We banged on the door, tried to get somebody's attention, had phone calls made to the residents. Nobody would answer. The boy, I could see the boy in a window, but he would refuse to open the door. Finally, I made the decision as a supervisor to boot the door in. We were concerned about safety, what was going on. So we forced the door, we got inside, I calmed the 6-year-old boy down, and he told me that his dad was sleeping. I went back in the dad's bedroom where dad was supposed to be sleeping, and it was obvious to me that the father had been dead for 3 days. And I've seen a lot of dead bodies, thousands in fact, and this was so sad because this boy slept next to his father, thinking that his dad was just sleeping, and nobody else lived in the house. So this boy got up and made himself cereal. That's the only thing he knew how to make. And he just crawled up next to his dad and laid next to him. And that one got to me, and it gets to me now, and I'm going to try not to tear up or cry, but that little boy had already lost his mother the year before, didn't have any siblings, and now he was laying next to his father, and his father had a heart attack on a Monday or late Sunday night, and he slept with him 3 nights in a row and would watch cartoons and eat his cereal, and he didn't understand what had happened. He just thought his dad was sleeping. That one really upset me. I have 4 young boys, and I can't imagine them ever going through that. So I put together a collection of money because, as it happens, this was about 4 days before Christmas as well. We bought Christmas presents for the boy. We found his other family. The father had a brother, and we found that family. They picked him up, and he moved in with his cousins and his uncle and aunt. And we took Christmas presents over. And I didn't want to buy so many Christmas presents that it would look like he got a whole bunch of stuff because his dad died. But so many people from the police department were generous. I had city councilmen bringing me money. I just sent out an email on our PD email, and I had so much money that we ended up taking some of that money and putting it in a college fund for him. But that one really, really touched me. So I've been very lucky, had a lot of differences, I made a lot of differences, and I've really enjoyed it. Now I'm out of law enforcement, I'm retired. However, I'm looking at going to another state, the state of Idaho, and I have an application in with law enforcement there. I have a lot of things I can bring to them. I was just in Idaho about 2 weeks ago with my resume, and they really would like me to come, and I can show them some things. A lot of different programs that I started here in Modesto.
So Robert was a dedicated, hardworking employee who cared about his fellow employees. He would do what he needed to do to get the job done. He was strong and courageous, and I had enjoyed the pleasure of working with him.